Namaste, and thanks for joining me today. Today's class will be mostly focused on stretching your spine and your hips. So, if you feel like you need that, then watch and join. What we're going to need today for class is a mat, your body, and your mind to relax. As much as we'll be moving our bodies, it's important for our mind to be in a good, positive place, or at least a place of opening and wanting to understand and dive in. So let this practice be good for your mind, helping you to unwind and relax. And I hope that your body benefits from it as well. Before we get started with today's class, I wanted to mention a few things. First thing I wanted to mention that our class today will be only a 15-minute class, but you can repeat it as much as you'd like in order to get the full effects. And that we're going to be doing a timer of 45 seconds for each position we do. So going through that with your mind, keep in mind that it's only 45 seconds, even though some poses may seem like a lot longer than others. I urge you to breathe through this discomfort and to just remember it's only short term. And that's exactly the point and the message I think we've been hearing throughout all of this is that it's only temporary. This too shall pass. And just remembering that with the positions in your yoga moves, with your daily life, it will make for a better mindset. And remember that, this too shall pass. So keep that in your minds as you're doing each move. And remember 45 seconds, so you have about 10 deep breaths to really get in and then get comfortable and really push past some boundaries if you want to really get a stretch. But you're also going to be able to do a little bit of active movement, and I'll show you how that's going to look. So I'll throw in a couple of active moves that you can choose to take if you want to strengthen a little bit. If you're just here to stretch, I'll just show you the stretch version as well. You could take it nice and easy and chill. So without further ado, let's get started with today's class. First, you're going to find yourself on your hands and knees in child's pose position. With child's pose, you want to make sure your knees are wide on your mat, your toes are touching, and that you're sending your hips back towards your heels. Now with this child's pose, I encourage you to untuck your back toes unless you have a problem or an issue with your heels. Then you're going to walk your hands forward, and with this first child's pose, bring your forehead to the mat, let your head rest, and your arms could be nice and relaxed on your mat. Great job. Slowly come out of your child's pose. From here, you're going to get onto hands and knees, drop your legs down, and find a baby cobra. So this pose looks like so. Elbows are directly under your shoulders. Your legs are relaxed. Palms are facing and touching the mat. And if for any reason this hurts your head and it's too much, you can always drop your head down to release tension in the neck. If it feels good, you can move your head side to side or take any movements that feel good to your body. Remember, this is your practice, not mine. So I want to make sure that you do whatever feels best to you and your body. All right? Let's begin. Good, time's up here. Next thing, we're going to go back to your child's pose. So go ahead and tuck your toes, press up and back. This time, we're going to make it a little more active by tucking your back toes under. Again, sending your hips back towards your heels, but now your feet are hip-width apart. They're not touching anymore. Good. With this one, I want to make sure your elbows are off of your mat. An option again to bring your forehead down to the mat, keeping your elbows lifted up. Remember, it's only 4 to 5 seconds. All right. Let's begin now. All right, timer's up. Great job. Next thing you're going to do is come up to your tabletop. And then we're going to go down onto our bellies again. This time, well, first of all, you can stay here in your cobra if you wish, or you can find upward dog. Now, typical upward dog is with your thighs off of the mat, and you only have 4 points of contact with your toes pointing down. However, since this is yin, we're going to stretch a little bit more today. Relax the lower half. So we're going to make sure that your lower half is resting on your mat and that your shoulders are away from your ears. A lot of people tend to dip their head down and bring the shoulders up. But make sure that you're pushing into the ground. Now, if this is too much for you, you can always walk your hands forward a bit more, or you can just go back to your original cobra position. All right? Either way, make sure that you're doing what feels best to your body. Let's begin. All right, and time's up on that one too. Okay, next thing we're gonna go do is back to your child's pose position. Tuck your toes, press yourself up and back. But this time we're gonna hold our hips directly above our knees. Okay, so our hips stay over the knees, but your upper half is going to find a child's pose-like position, stretching your arms forward and comes down. Now this time we can add an extra stretch by bringing your chin to the mat and looking forward in front of you. But if any reason this is too much on the back of your neck, perhaps your cervical region, completely understandable. Just go back to bringing your forehead to your mat instead. Okay? I'm going to demonstrate both. You choose what's best for you. Let's begin now. Alrighty, time's up with that one. Alright, so from here, you're going to bring yourself onto your forearms and then make sure that your knees are behind your hips now. And we're going to push up into a 45-second plank. Now, I surprised you a little bit with this one, and that's okay. It's important to add a little bit of core strength and stability into your stretching and into your everyday, even if it's an active rest day. For example, today could be a great active rest day. Maybe you still make sure you walk 5 to 10,000 steps. Maybe you still make sure you stretch and that you do your core strength. Those are baseline things you should be doing every single day. So here we go. Let's do a 45-second plank. Take breaks whenever you need it. Again, it's your own practice, but let's go ahead and do it now. All right, thumbs up. Cool. All right, now that we've got our core warmed up, we're stretched out, we're gonna do tabletop position. Go ahead and bring yourself onto your hands and your knees. Now with this next exercise, we're gonna start by just moving your head and your neck. And then once you've got a couple moves down under your belt, we're gonna move it to the whole rest of our spine. So the movements you're gonna do with a neutral spine first are to look straight ahead, look down at your chest, look down towards the ground at your fingertips. Good. Then you're gonna turn your head to the left, down back to center, and then turn your head to the right. Good. So, and back to center. Good. So you're starting in center always. Your center is between your thumbs. And then you're going to look ahead, center down, center to the left, center to the right. And we're going to follow that cross pattern, up, down, left, and right. And then once you've got that going in your head, you're going to then include the whole rest of your body. Okay? So watch if you need help. Well, let's begin. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now a little bit more like cat and cow. Okay, looking to the left. You're gonna swing your hips to the side that you're looking. Good, one more time. And side to side. Good, and time. Right, that one should have felt really nice for your neck and your upper back. Next one we're gonna do is we're gonna use your stretchability and also strength to do this dual move. So you're gonna start hands and knees. Let's extend your left leg back. Okay. You're gonna turn it to the side so your foot is flat on the mat. You're gonna take your left hand, bring it up towards the sky. Now, if you want just the full stretch, you just stay here and stretch. You can make this a little more active within the 45 seconds if you wish by lifting your leg and reaching your arm. You can also reach your arm up towards the ceiling as well. So, for example, we could do a couple lifts, and then we're going to stretch and pull. Okay, your choice. It's whatever you want to do. Make it more active, make it more stretch, or a little bit of both. Either way, let's begin now. All right, let's begin. I'm going to make mine a little more active. My leg is just hip height. My arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. And then when I need a rest, I'm going to stretch and fold over. Okay. One more time. Time is up on that one. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Your right leg extends back. Reach up. An option again to make it more active by lifting the leg, reaching the arm, or to make it passive. A little bit of both, just like me. Or you can make your own type of workout. All right. Okay, we're more than halfway there. Hopefully you're feeling good, a little more awake, that you're enjoying it. I know I am. I like having the freedom of being able to make the recipe, make the list of ingredients. Choose what I want to make in my own practice. Get creative and listen to my body. So I hope you're doing the same. All right, let's find a downward facing dog here. And you got a couple options. You can pedal your feet by bending one knee and then bending the other. You can lift and lower your heels, or you can bend and extend your knees. And you can also practice by lifting one leg high and then opening the hip to the sidewall. Time is up for that one. Whew. Wonderful. All right, from here, we're going to keep our knees together and our feet together and find a very passive child's pose. So you're going to kind of round your spine, have your arms by your sides, let your palms face up, and bring your forehead down to the mat. Remember, try and take 10 slow and deep breaths here and let your body and gravity help you relax. Right, slowly coming out of your child's pose. Next, you're going to make your way onto your backs. Once you're on your back, keep your knees bent. Let's bring your right knee in towards your chest and extend your left leg long. Now here's another opportunity to make it more active and engage your core. You can keep your leg lifted, raised off of the ground. Okay, otherwise, if you want the deeper stretch, let it relax all the way down. You can do a little bit of each, maybe 5 seconds lifted, 5 seconds on the ground. But make your choice and time has begun. All right, that's the timer. Go ahead and switch legs. Make sure also that your back is nice and flat on the mat, that you're not arching your back excessively. If you need to, you can bring your other leg up to make sure this happens, or you can add a little bend in the knee. Time is up. All right, from here, go ahead and bend both knees. You want to bring your fingertips as close to your heels as possible. Set yourself up for bridge. Yes, we're going to do bridge. We're going to hold it for the whole time. So you're going to lift your hips up, hold up here. Options with your arms, or to keep pressing your palms into the mat, or to interlace your fingers under your body. Either way, time's begun. So make your choice, and let's get grooving. Probably the hardest one of all of them that we just finished. So congratulations. Lower your hips down. Good job. I know we have got to stretch out the hips now. So what we're going to do is do a cross T. So extend left leg, right knee to chest, and then we're going to twist. So you're going to twist over to the left and tee their right arm out to the side. Okay, so our shoulders are in contact with the mat, and we're getting a nice stretch in your spine. Nice, back to center you go. Switching legs out, left knee to chest, and then bring it over to the right side with your left arm extends. Option to just close your eyes and gravity take over. back to center. From here, we're going to go ahead and bend both knees again. Cross right ankle to your left knee, figure four stretch. So with these, you want to make sure you're constantly and actively pressing this right knee away from you. Even without touching it, you should be actively engaging your right knee, pushing down and out, externally rotating your hip. You can stay here or you can lift your leg for a little bit deeper stretch. Also, what feels good is to rock from side to side. With this, you want to make sure your arms are wide. The more you rock, the more your stretch that you'll get on your spine. Alright, we're gonna just switch legs. Left ankle, right knee, same thing. Actively press the knee out, and you can stay here. You can lift up. You can do whatever feels right for your body. Alright. And then last thing we'll do. We have one more thing before we finish. Alright, so now what you're going to do is bring your knees to your chest, and we're going to rock them from side to side. If you'd like, you can bring them a little bit wider. You can also grab the bottoms of your feet or around your ankles. You can rock or you can stay still. By the way, we're being happy, baby. Alright. Back to center. Alright, and then from here, all we're going to do is relax your arms and relax your feet. Palms are going to face up. You can bring one hand to belly if you wish. This is a good way and a good technique to help you become more aware of your body and your breathing. Okay? So all we're going to do is stay here in Shavasana and take 10 slow and deep breaths. All right. Gently open your eyes and start moving your head side to side. We're going to introduce movements to our fingers and toes. Approach the rest of our day with a little more positivity. And moving forward, remember that in Chinese, the same word and symbol for crisis is the same symbol for opportunity. So once you're in seated position, bring your palms together. Bow forward to seal your practice. And say namaste. Light within me honors and acknowledges the light within each and every one of you. Thank you for joining, and hopefully this felt great for your body and your mind today. I appreciate your attendance and your donations and everything you've done to support me. And anything I can do to support you is my pleasure and brings me joy. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Namaste.